back to another episode, man. We got big things coming your way. Should these dudes who took steroids be in the Hall of Fame? Caitlin Clark lit it up once again. She's kind of nice. These LSU baddies weren't ready for it. That and a lot more right here on Son of a Gun.
Rest in peace to my grandma, yeah, she raised the dawn. Yeah, and shout out to my mom, I'm a son of a gun.
Hey, welcome to the show. As always, I am here with my boy, Big Mike. Michael DeBrell, how we doing?
Hey, good evening. Doing great. Ready to get into it.
Hey, me too. I just got to make one public statement. And Cassie, I want you to know before you say or give me any of your opinions about my little rants, if they're good for the show, bad for the show, I want you to know I don't care. Hey, golf season has quickly approached and it's here. I had a situation last weekend, man. Okay, I play golf for fun. I go out there to hit some balls, hit some good ones, hit a lot of bad ones, whatever. I don't care. I go there to reminisce with my buddies, drink beers, and play the game. Don't tell me how to swing. Don't tell me how to fix my swing. Don't tell me where to put the ball in front of my stance. I don't care. That will not be tolerated this year, and I want everyone to know right now, hey, I play golf for fun. I don't care. Boom, steroids. Hey, start of the MLB season. And, one big controversy that's always been there for baseball is steroid use. Me personally, I've had times where I've been in the gym heavy, working really hard, and the fact that no one has ever accused me of being on steroids is honestly a slap in the face. So I do feel some kind of way about that, but it is what it is. But big leaguers taking steroids, should they be in the Hall of Fame?
You know what? That's a very good question. And I know the debate will go on about purists and those that like the numbers, and so it is what it is. The thing is, it was an era. Mm-hmm. So it was prolific. It was predominant. These guys that have put up the stats that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame probably should be in the Hall of Fame. The numbers are there. You can say it was steroids. You can say it was this. You can say it was that. But there are some candidates that are coming up. The thing is, for those guys that are in the Hall of Fame, do we know what they were doing?
Exactly. My thing is, okay, so now steroids are banned, but they weren't banned before. Now you can't take, amphetamines, right?
Right.
But they weren't getting tested for before when now these dudes are in the Hall of Fame. So I think, hey, boom, let the boys play. You know what people like seeing? Big flies. Dudes throwing 106. Guys backhanding balls in left field and throwing dudes out at first base. Dudes stealing 80 bags a season, bro. Let's juice them. Let these dudes juice, man. Especially like when you think back to 1998. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, right after the baseball strike, they had to save baseball.
Right.
So the commissioner, what did he do? He knew they were taking steroids. Right. Clearly, anyone who knows anything about what a human being looks like knows that Mark McGwire was clearly off the juice.
Mark McGwire was the original Steve Rogers way before Marvel and the Avengers came out on the big screen.
Hey, what did he say? Everything special about you came out of a bottle. Right? I mean, boom. And then him and Sammy Sosa go on the little home run race, gets everybody right back into baseball.
Right.
Steroids are good for baseball.
I can't go that far. I can say what they were doing is good for baseball. That brought the numbers back. That put butts in the seats. Mm-hmm. The fans were excited. We all wanted to see that race, how it was going to turn out. And Sammy Sosa was a little Hulk guy too. So hey, Marvel, learn something from that. But anyway, I don't think it was the drugs necessarily or the enhancements of those that people were there for. They were there for the show. Mm-hmm. And even today, the younger group wants to see the show. That's why we have, the 35-foot base path and why they can steal and they can't throw over. So everybody wants to see the game in action. It was in action in 98 between those two.
That's real. And the other thing about steroids is Bro, steroids can't make you hit a baseball. Steroids can't make you throw strikes, right? The fact that Barry Bonds never failed a drug test. This man never failed a drug test for steroids, right? Yes, I know. Tony, what about the eye test? His neck was as big as my thigh. Yeah, for sure. Definitely was on steroids, but never failed a drug test. Hit 762 home runs. Hit 72 home runs in one season. The best hitter ever. His career WAR is 162.8. What?
That's ridiculous.
What?
And he's just short of 3,000 hits. You know, what was that total home run total?
762.
These numbers belong in the Hall of Fame. And I will say on that last vote attempt, he did get 65%. But I think now the committee needs to go back and look at that and say, if you didn't ban him from baseball, you didn't suspend him from baseball, and he's got the numbers, you guys need to be in the Hall of Fame.
It's the same thing baseball does, bro. They just hate promoting their best players. It blows my mind. This dude, Barry Bonds, was hitting balls out into McCovey Cove, whatever it was. Right. Dudes out there in little paddle boards jumping in the water for a baseball, grown men.
Right.
Their whole family's out there trying to get baseballs, all because of Barry Bonds and his juiced up neck. Bro, put him in the Hall of Fame. He's one of, if not the greatest hitter to ever play baseball. Put him in the Hall of Fame, bro. It is ridiculous.
You know, those little kayak and canoe rentals went up threefold every time they were playing a home game with Barry Bonds out there. I even went out there and took some CPR lessons just because of those guys that was going to be jumping into McCovey Cove, to try to get those baseballs. They all needed CPR after that. There we go. That's just a fact we can take with us.
And he did it in San Francisco. You ever heard of that little alleyway in right center? You know how far that is? He's hitting balls way over that. Dude's one of the greatest hitters to ever play the game. And if you're not going to ban him, I don't understand how you can't ban him, but then you can't put him in the Hall of Fame. Doesn't make sense to me. Barry Bonds, greatest hitter ever, needs to be in the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous. MLB hates promoting their best players. They hate doing the right thing. MLB, once again, falling short, not having Barry Bonds, the best hitter ever, in the Hall of Fame.
So with that, and we didn't get a chance to talk about anything, or but one guy in particular that sticks out for me, I'm gonna wait to see what happens, is Manny Ramirez. Right? He got busted twice. So after it became, so it'd be interesting to see how that unfolds. And I don't know what his current numbers are. He may not be ready, but I do know he's a valued member of the teams that he's been on. So
you know who they're not gonna put in there?
Who?
A-Rod. A-Rod. They suspended him for 211 games one time.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
And just some names I wonder that's going to go in there. What about Bartolo Colon?
Legend.
Right.
He used to throw 100. People forget that. He used to throw 100 when he was young.
Robinson Cano.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's out the league now. He's still playing, but yeah.
Nelson Cruz.
Yeah. He played. He just retired last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are just, and we can go back to McGuire and Sosa and Rafael Palmeiro.
Montero too. Montero got banned 3. He got a lifetime ban, and then they still let him back in the league. If you're gonna ban people, stand on it.
Right.
Soft.
Right. Well, Jenry Mejia, right, was the closer for the Mets. 3 times he was banned, right?
Yeah.
So he's out of base. Well, at least he's out of the MLB.
Fernando Tatis. D. Gordon.
The difference with those guys is they have a lot of time to make up those numbers and have us forget that ever happened, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
so
MLB, you know what to do. You know the right thing to do. I don't care if I don't care if from his ears to his shoulder is the same size, bro. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Do the right thing for once, man. Hey, we'll be right back. You're in an NBA game in your prime. How many points are you scoring in today's game?
60. And in the NBA, they're not playing any defense. Oh, I'm pulling 60, probably on a nightly, at least on a weekly basis. Ain't nobody playing defense. Stephen Curry wanted to. He could score 50 points every night.
So you're better than Steph Curry.
What I am saying is I am going to the hoop. I'm going to have at least 4 dunks.
So you were 6 inches taller in your prime than you are right now.
No. At 6'2", that's what I'm saying. I would have been shooting from a 3-point range. I'm going to take you to the hoop, and I'm going to do you like what you said about Burns. I'm going to bump you down, and then, yeah. And so you're just going to get bored, and now I'm going right past you. I'm going to do all the little windmills.
We know what time of year it is, man. It's March. You know what that means. What is March?
March Madness.
Yes, sirree.
And it's been crazy.
It's been nutty. Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. So, yeah, just going off. And we want to say that LSU wasn't ready for him. But actually, who has stopped Caitlin? So, I think LSU competed, and that's all we can really ask for, right? Compete. You can't win them all. We have learned that you cannot win them all, but you got to compete. All of you that have played the sports or that have called sports for 30 years, Mets fans, Falcons fans, no matter how hard you compete, you can't win them all. Mm-hmm. You might can lose them all, Falcon fans. But Caitlin Clark is just pure shooter, right? Just
pure
popping
shooter.
screens and popping. And so what do you do? How do you defend that? And going forward now, how are they going to defend it?
I mean, that honestly, that is a question for the coaches. I'm not a coach. I think I've said that before. But
what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah. Man to man or zone?
So it's tough.
Oh, no, never mind. I forgot.
No,
you're not switching.
No zone. No zone talk. She can shoot from too deep to play zone, right? And then if the zone's out there way past the 3-point line, that just opens up way too many holes. So I wouldn't go zone, but I mean, it's just the pick and rolls. What you got to do with that, right? I think that, boom, if you're guarding her, if you're in front of her, you got to fight around the pick, right? If you're guarding the person who's setting the pick, you got to hedge it, right? So she can't just bend that corner and get around. You have to come up and try to make her stop or go, you have to fight through to make her go wide so that the person guarding her can come back and get and stop her. And then you have to fight the side of the pick, right? So that if she gets around the pick, she's not just wide open for the pull 3 ball. You got to be right there in front of her, contest it.
Right.
That's what I do, and that's really an effort thing. But Caitlin Clark, from me at least, gets the same treatment that Patrick Mahomes, New England Tom Brady, that I give them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a thoroughbred hater, through and through. I hate her because she's the best player in the league right now. Sorry.
But what she did do was showed up prime time.
She did.
She showed up for the big game, the big lights.
That's what Mahomes and Brady do.
Right.
And that's why I hate them. Sorry about it, man. Hey, maybe if she goes down to Tampa, because, hey, when Tom Brady went to Tampa, I was like, oh, cool dude. But right now, she's just the best player easily through and through. She is a pure shooter. It seems like even though last week, we said, oh, she's yelling at the refs, this and that. But, I mean, this last game, she looked unfazed by the LSU team, who was honestly a phenomenal team. So, yeah, she's a big-time player. It'll be interesting to see what happens against UConn with Paige. Now a hooper, Juju Watkins and Paige, those are hoopers, right? Those are just, hey, let's go get a bucket. I live and breathe this, right? So it'll be very interesting to see what she does against a hooper.
So if we look back at this game, Caitlin Clark's going to get hers. I thought they'd try to hold her around 30, 32 points. Are we not talking about the Iowa defense that showed up in the third quarter, right? Because that's when the game turned, right? So
I think what they say, Angel Reese hurt her ankle or something like that, re-injured the ankle. So I think that definitely had an effect on it. But then the other thing I think that I saw at least, Iowa's defense did a great job.
I mean, LSU scored 13 points in the quarter.
Let me get my thought out. LSU, right? They've been great all season. Great team. Last season, they were really good, right? You know what I'm saying? And then they felt that pressure that Caitlin Clark put on them, and then they started pressing. They started pushing. Haley Van Leith, where were you? Where were you? You transferred from Louisville. You're supposed to be a dynamic part of this offense,
Sure.
And she got 40 dropped on her head top,
Right.
So I think that LSU, they felt that pressure. They felt the game slipping away. And then they try to press, do too much, and here we are. They're outside going to Cabo, while Caitlin Clark's getting ready for the Final Four.
Well, they got photo shoots to get to, but they only scored 13 points in that third quarter.
Angel Reese, we did see in Sports Illustrated.
And,
wow.
She was crying and teared up and reminding people that she's still human. And she said, the names that she was called and being sexualized and. But we did see that photo shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand it, and
did you not see the photo shoot?
We saw it. And I mean, she posts stuff on Instagram, but I get it, right? She's human, and
right.
So you can't just talk to her anyway. And I know that this has been like years of this, that it adds up, and
Sure.
So I completely get it. But one thing that I think she needs to know, right, because I feel like she is going to be in the spotlight for a while now. I feel like even if she stays another year or goes to WNBA, she's going to be someone who is looked at all the time,
Right.
Same treatment Dallas Cowboys get in the media.
Absolutely.
They get massacred,
Absolutely.
right? And that's something that you just have to understand. Boom. I'm a Dallas Cowboy. This comes with it.
That's right.
You're making however much money in NIL money. You're all over commercials. You're a phenomenal basketball player. You're in Sports Illustrated. People are going to be talking about you 24/7. So
Correct.
It's something that I hate it for her, but it's something that it's going to keep happening. So
if I was talking to her just one-on-one, face-to-face, what I would tell her is that even her haters are keeping up with her. That makes them a fan.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Who seen that one?
You did. I thought you just did.
Whoa.
So but that's what I would say to her, right?
Sure.
If you got haters, they're a fan. Yeah. And so you can just stay strong. Now, I think going forward, that is going to be the case, whether she stays or come out. Now, I kind of think she's ready to move past this to get rid of some of the backlash she's been getting, right? So, we'll see how that goes. But I think she could stick around and LSU could make a run.
So I was just about to ask that. Okay, boom. Real quick. You're Haley Van Leith, who definitely needs a redemption tour after what I saw last night. That was crazy. And you're Angel Reese, right? They both got a fifth-year got a fifth-year option, like this is contract talks. But they got a fifth-year option, right?
Right.
They can either go to the WNBA, make pennies on the dollar, or they can stay at LSU where they are beloved and have NIL sponsorships and make millions of dollars.
Yep.
What would you do?
There's no reason to leave. And speaking of leaving, how about NC State and UConn having both men and women in the Final Four? First time ever in NCAA history that has happened.
That is actually nuts. I couldn't imagine if the school I went to won 2 national championships in the same year for the same sport. That would be insane. I mean, it's almost like I kind of want all of them to make it to the championship game. Like I feel like that'd be lit. I don't think it'll get the same viewership though that this LSU Iowa game got, because I was at the gym for the first quarter.
Right.
Everybody ass, and then watching the game in between sets. I mean, everybody I know was watching this game.
Right.
But NC State, men's and women's, UConn men's and women's, phenomenal job this year on the basketball court.
Congratulations. And congratulations to you for your sleeper call with NC State on the men's side.
I appreciate that. You want to give me a hand clap?
Okay.
Yeah, good man.
Way to go. Good call.
Hey, NC State's doing it. I love my boy DJ Burns.
And so your bracket must be hella fire right now, right?
Right, yeah. No, my bracket is 50%. I got 54 points this year so far on the men's side of the bracket. Yeah, busted. But listen, doesn't matter. Like golf, I was doing it for fun, man.
Okay.
So congrats all the NCAA teams. I can't wait for the Final Fours coming up. And I really can't wait for one in the chamber coming up next. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
And one of the things that you talked about, you kind of had this funness for North Carolina State. They got hot at the right time. As far as you're concerned for predicting such an outcome,
what did I tell you? DJ Burns Jr., the lefty specialist. He's got that OG game. He plays how you used to play. Hey, give me the ball out there on the wing. Boom. I'm going to bump you down. I'm going to bump you down. All right, you're tired of me. Oh, lefty. Lefty hook. Let's run it right back down the court. I'm going right back to that same spot, and I'm going to bump you down. Every time he touched the ball, all the fans. Yeah! And how many times do you think he touched the ball that game? Every time they went down the court and he was in the game, he touched the basketball.
All right. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. So let's just talk about the NBA real quick. That All-Star game, the one we enjoyed so thoroughly this year that had no defense. So the NBA is considering or making some considerations going forward. And one of the things that they're talking about is mixing up the All-Star game so that they have the Nationals or the U.S. All-Stars versus the International All-Stars. How you like that?
I think it's ridiculous. We already talked about the All-Star game not being competitive. Bro, name me more than 5, 6 international players that are at the top of the league. You got Luka, Jokic, Shea Alexander. He's from Canada. Does that even count? Rudy Gobert. Bro, who is going to make up this international team?
Where's Giannis?
Giannis. Boom. There you go. There's 4.
Okay. All right.
So we can't even get a starting 5 off the top of our heads. If I could get a starting 5 in an all-star game, bro, we don't even have to talk about the national players. I think that would be the dumbest thing the NBA's ever did. And they're usually good about this kind of thing. Bless you. They're usually good about this kind of thing. That would be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Luka would get 40 on his head top trying to guard Kyrie, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Booker, Damian Lillard, every other player besides the 5 I named for international players or national. Jason Tatum. What are we talking about? They would get absolutely cooked.
So there's another international that you didn't name who was likely going to be there for this year and the next 18 years, Wemby.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I like that. I like Wemby. Good. So they got a starting 5.
And he'll shoot the 3.
He will. He's not going to out. What are we talking about, bro? Those are 5 players. That's the thing. People say, oh, the international guys are just killing it in the NBA. It's a handful of them. How many players are in the NBA? 400 something.
Yeah.
How many international players can you name?
We only came up with 5. Right?
Okay. There you go. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's gonna be the 6th man. Cut it out, bro. Stop it. That would get cooked. No, that would be cooked. So that's next. Sorry, Adam Silver. Come up with something better. But now we can shift to one in the chamber.
Okay.
One in the chamber.
Okay.
So I was watching some sports media outlets, and I was watching this guy. I don't want to say his name just out of embarrassment for what he said, but I want to get your thoughts on what he said.
Okay.
He said that Caitlin Clark could start in the NBA.
Is he in Colorado or Washington? Oregon?
Gotta be.
So, they keep trying to do this. Why? What are they trying to prove? We saw this in the All-Star game with the 3-point shot, right, with Steph, and Sabrina. And so how many times we got to keep doing this? We've seen it in golf. We've seen Michelle Wee out there we've seen Lexi Thompson out there trying. Why? Stop it. No, she won't be able to play in the NBA. She don't have enough weight in the ass and ain't enough junk in that trunk to play in the NBA. And I can't imagine her trying to take the ball to the hole, playing the NBA. No, because she's been playing with the little softball all her career. So actually to have to pick up a real basketball and dribble around and shoot that's not happening. Look, sometimes you're good where you are. Even in corporate world, they make that same mistake. They'll take their star personnel and try to make them management. But there's a star for a reason. They're not management. They're stars. They're doers. This girl right here is a doer. Leave her alone. Let her go to the WNBA and play with the rest of them. Playing with men. Elbows in the head all the time. You think she turn around and look at her dad now wanting to foul? I can just see it right now. Just her jersey and everything just laying on. And you think she can flop, or you think she's going to fall for one of those fouls. we'll see you trying to run that little gym. Now, I think the other night she played the whole game, didn't come off the floor. She'll be coming off the floor, and it'll be the same way if I got in the ring with Mike Tyson. That's what we're talking about. 52 seconds. That's how long it's going to take them just to stop laughing at, hey, let's get serious now, and then let's play, And the next thing you know, there's going to be souvenir balls for all the kids in the stadium or in the arena just having it just slapped away. Even if she takes one step over half court, they're still knocking at it. So this is a man's thing, the NBA. I know they don't play defense, but they will if she shows up.
I just can't imagine her standing in the paint when Ja Morant with a full head of steam. Like, he's jumping over her. Her trying to take a charge against LeBron James, she'll die.
That's why I say you have her jersey and everything laying on the floor. Hey,
Zion Williamson, they're scraping her off the court, man. But, okay, I just had to get your opinion. I knew what you were going to say, but I just thought that comment was so blasphemous that it needed to be talked about again.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's ridiculous. And whoever said it.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Stop it. Hey, you know what? I got one in the chamber.
Let's get it.
So I know how much yesterday I went to Popeyes for lunch, had my fried chicken, and I know we like fried chicken, and that's not a problem or whatever. So how do you feel about pulling up at 9:20 to a restaurant that closed at 9:30 at one of your chicken places, and they tell you they close and don't have chicken?
Mm-hmm. So I've got an opinion on this because this happens often. This happened to me last week. It blows my mind when you're a fast food restaurant and your hours say whatever till 9:30, 10 o'clock. If I pull up at 10 o'clock, you should still serve me. You should still have food back there. It pisses me off when they're in there and they're closing down 30 minutes before. It's like I'm rushing from work to get to that chicken. Stop making it so good in the first place, then we wouldn't be having this problem. But I'm rushing and I'm expecting that chicken. Then you're going to tell me at Popeyes, hey, let me get a 3-piece. Yeah, all we got is fries. Why?
Because it takes 13 minutes to cook that chicken.
Put the chicken in the grease. I'll wait. It makes me so heated. Every time they do that, I skirt off. I'm going 60 through the drive-thru because I'm so mad. Bro, it's because you little thickums in the back be eating the chicken. That's what it is. Yo, I can see the chicken grease all up on the window. Put the chicken down. Give it to the customers. Y'all greedy, y'all big back. Look, I'm about to cuss. Yo, doesn't matter if the time says you're open till 9:30. Stay open till 9:30. Give me my freaking chicken. I'm not going to say it again. See, and people wonder why people resort to violence. That'll make you get mad. That'll just, you've had a bad day all day long, and all you want is a 3-piece. A 3-piece and a biscuit. And give me that stupid sweet tea that is so sweet. Just to compound, just to off-balance that salty biscuit. It's a perfect combination. Boss has been in my head all day. Kids at home pissing me off. My mom's about getting a new job, right? Give me my chicken, man. Before things get very bad. Things get crazy real fast. Give me my chicken.
That other place across the street, and I feel you on that. That other place across the street probably has some boneless wings. But that's just a thought. So,
you just refuse to let that boneless thing go. You refuse to let that go.
I keep getting comments about it, and I just, but I'm good now. I'm good,
okay. So. All right, man.
So,
hey.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank y'all for watching, man. This has been another very fun, exciting episode talking about steroids, blase, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, look, it don't even want to come at. Look, I'm such a hater, don't even want to come at. Caitlin Clark doing damage. NC State, UConn, men and women's in the Final Four. Can't wait to watch it. Big sports coming up this week. So definitely stay tuned for the next episode.
So I'm scratching this off because I guess we're going to get up out of here. This thing is done. I am Big Daddy. He's son of a gun. Now, we got new stuff coming, and it's coming soon. But in the meantime and in between time, let me leave you with a little boom.
Let the band play.
Rest in peace to my grandma, yeah, she raised the dawn. Yeah, and shout out to my mom, I'm a son of a gun.